And guys, there we go. Hello, this is Western Jeff. Thanks for watching. We have a full great night here that we're going to talk about quite a few different things. There's been a lot of noise coming on with the 6.2 coming up here, and some huge stuff that's happened in game and in the PvP community specifically. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to actually go ahead and queue up for our Gorge. And I want to actually talk about something here as we queue in here. So, if you've been looking at the patch notes for 6.2, you've noticed that capping times have now gone from. There we go, there's our queue. You've noticed that capping times have gone from 7 seconds to 6 seconds in 6.2. I've actually raised this concern on the PTR notes about why Blizzard is doing this. And I actually have somebody who actually gave a response to that. The reason is the correct reason, but the support for it is wrong. And I'm going to actually jump now to my game thing here. So on the PTR notes, I talk about 6-second node camping. And I say the decrease from 7 seconds to 6 seconds to capture nodes and grab EOE flag will change quite a bit the nature of RBG groups and battleground strategies. Can anyone give insight into why the decrease in capping times? There was almost an immediate kind of response here. Argo, who is actually going to be our player of the week, congrats to Argo, he says this is an easy answer. At the top of RBGs, you literally cannot ninja a flag currently if it gets taken. It's not fun gameplay overall, so hopefully this will alleviate some of the stagnation on capture point maps in the future. I said, thanks, Argo. Thanks for your response. My general impression is that Blizzard wants Battlegrounds to be more dynamic rather than stagnant. However, let me jump back to the game here. I don't think Argo's support is correct here. This 7 seconds to 6 seconds will be a major change in how Battleground groups are going to be run a little bit. This will change up the group composition along with the strategies. And let me give you an insight on how big this change is. Going from 7-second capping to 6-second capping will allow DTS, which is DST, double stealth teams, to be able to much more efficiently capture nodes that are defended by one player. In fact, it's so good that this decrease in time is 13% faster. Have you ever been playing a battleground and only if you had that one extra little second, you would have nailed it? This is what's going on. I believe Blizzard is seeing some stagnation, but I don't believe it's the high-end teams like Argo is saying, so I think it's really the mediocre teams that are having trouble. I'll give you my reasons why high-end RBG groups are not doing that. There's the cue there for Gorge. The reason is that high-rated battleground groups know how to change the dynamic on the playing field if they're not getting their way. Let me say that again. If high-end RBG groups know how to change the dynamic of the battleground if they're not getting their way. So, for example, if nobody's getting the flag, if it's 2-on-2 in EOE, and they're not getting the flag, RBG groups, high-end ones, know how to move around that and change the dynamic. And that's the reason why high-end groups are not doing that. They have the skill set and the knowledge to change how the game is played and how to force it into their favor. As I load up here for Gorge, 1 second, guys. I gotta get on my pot. Where did I put my pot? My pot disappeared on me. It disappeared in a big way. Oh, there's my pot, just sitting over there. Yeah, I've been neglecting my raid bag a little bit. Oh, that was a mistake right there, let me tell you that. Getting the pot potion, I'm going to get a bunch of flack for that. Yeah, so the reason isn't because of high-end guilds. I think it's because the really kind of the mid-level and mediocre to poor groups are having more trouble. And I think the overwhelming vast majority of players fall into this realm that, well, they're not really that great, but they're not really that bad. So they're changing this. I think this is going to have a huge dynamic on the RBG group starting in 6.2. In fact, it's going to be such a big dynamic that I think that we're going to have to change our strategies overall. For the defenders, I still think that the Hunter will still be the best defender overall, even though they are definitely doing some odd stuff and removing some skill sets for Hunters. What we're going to do here in Gorge is go straight up to the top. I'm going to go back, grab the flag, and bring it on down, unless I'm the only defender. But continuing on here is that Hunters are still going to be the best defenders. However, DST or double stealth teams are going to be able to effectively silence single defender node defenders, single node defenders, so much easier that it's almost ridiculous. You never ever see it happen. I'm actually leaving this base because I'm not going to defend it. These people are really, really bad. You might call me bad, but I'm going to go grab this flag because we need 50 caps here. It's to the point that I really almost don't know what to say about it. That's going to be such a big thing. Okay, we had 14 below, and we still lost the center. Congrats. Turning my wings on. What I'm going to do now is because I'm going to drink this. See if I can get the 50% quick boost. It's very important to get that quick boost. Okay, now I got to fight him. Yeah. I probably should have gone down the middle, which I'll note for future references here. So, talking about the game quickly here, about RBG groups. DS teams are going to be in demand. Furthermore, that would put a weird kind of, how do you say, are non-DS, non-stealth characters going to be in demand? Are mages, warlocks, monks, warriors? Are they still going to be in high of a demand? I don't know. I just don't think so. And my reason for this is that they don't know. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think so. And I'm making that assumption because I don't know how the actual community is going to play out for this. Why is he getting so much damn heals? There we go. I want to silence that, yeah. Okay, he ice blocked. So what's happened now is that we've effectively 3-capped this here, it looks like, for the moment. 2 more seconds, 1 more second. I'm going to defend up here. And because we've 3-capped, and 3-capping is such a big thing. God, I should have power shot at him. He's not smart enough to go back for that. There we go. Because they're not smart enough for that. Stay on the flag. Yeah, that was smart. Stay on the flag there. Shit. Probably lost that node. I should have called for help there. So the question I have for our RBG group leaders and strat callers is, what are you going to be looking for? What's going to be a bigger priority? A greater width, I would say, a greater diversity of buffs, or the ability to change greater dynamics on the playing field. My hunch is that people who've been RBGing for a long period of time are going to still want the wider buffs selection, while those that are doing more of the flavor of the month, that we're going to go ahead and see. Who's up here? We're losing bases now. This is not who we want. We want this healer. Kill this healer. We still have time. There we go. What I'm actually going to do is sit back up here. Yeah, sit, motherfucker. He's gonna learn how to sit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to go back up over. Try to grab this flag again. I'm gonna stealth in, actually. They got most of their team up, so. Alright. Drinking. I'm actually gonna go down here. This won't be a perfect win, but I need to get those 50 flags capped, so I'm learning very quickly you need to have your buddies with you. Now, what do I think? Do I think that they're going to be able to capture a flag? No. It's a buddy. I'm being defended now, which is nice. I got some heals on me too. Very nice. Trying to learn to cut over this countryside a little bit better. I don't think this will win the game. Look at him, Jesus. I think he was 1 second too late, to be honest. He was going to take that flag, but he saw me. It was just too late. I think he was stealthing in. I see him down there. That's alright. So I got the first flag out of 50. So I wanted to see what you guys think about the 6-second node cap. I put my comment on the PTR when you go to wowarmory.com. It's and you go to the forums. It's one of the top columns that says discuss PTR 6.2. Let's go ahead and discuss that and see what that is. I'd like to see what other people think is the reason why and how it will affect our RBG groups and node capping in particular. I've run a series of node capping and how it affects us. So I'd like to see kind of the deal with it is. So Argo is our player of the week, actually, for that. Let's see here. We're going to queue right back on up. So some other things, because I jumped right into our first discussion here. Argo is our player of the week. I want to thank him for replying. Next week, I'm actually going to pick one of the people from Twitter, YouTube, on Twitter, YouTube, or on Twitch. If you guys follow me in any way or something like that, I'm going to pick one of you guys. Or if you leave any comments on the comment thread on westernjeff.com, that's in the RBG group page, I will pick you. So for those who don't know my saying about Twitter, if you follow me, I will follow you. And that's the deal that I make with you. Additionally, on my front page there, if you guys feel like you want to, you guys can go ahead and donate using the PayPal that I have. And that's completely optional for all the people that watch or participate or anything like that. I'm still going to be doing all the big projects that I've been talking about earlier with westernjeff.com. So the finish of the Node Defense series, the Temple video, and the start of the Stealth series. You guys are still going to be able to see that. That just takes time, and I've been doing guild things in my guild here. For spared no expense on the Alliance side, Kalthized realm, we are still recruiting players for our RBG groups. And if you are interested in joining us for our RBGs on Wednesday nights at 9, I'm just writing around, I'm sorry guys. If you're interested in joining us from 9 to 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, go to sparedne.com. That's sparedne.com. Sparedne.com. I want to talk about another subject here that happened last week. It's a big thing. I've kind of danced around it a little, not danced, but I've avoided it a little bit tonight, but I think it's worth mentioning. And that is the 100,000 accounts that have been banned. Was it exactly 100,000? No, it was not. It was not a permanent ban. It was a temporary ban. And what happened is that Blizzard has temporarily banned botters. Specifically, what it looks to be one of the big botters has been a program called Honor Buddy. Honor Buddy is a botting program. And players would activate that program when they play WoW, and it would automatically do tasks for them. I want to say a few different things about this. Blizzard knows when people are botting. They know when separate programs are being used, and there's a connection with their program. Years ago, they had a type of program called Guardian, I believe it was, or Watch. Maybe it was Guardian. But Blizzard knows when its code is being intercepted and being rerouted, and when you're screwing around like that. There is no safe program ever when it comes to Blizzard. And they make sure that, because one of the fundamental understandings about when you play a Blizzard game is that it's kind of a fair game. There's a lot of cheating. Cheating isn't one of the things that Blizzard stands up for. They don't endorse it. And they don't endorse it because it's such a big issue with them. It's something that they can't allow. And they don't allow it because it would change the dynamic and how players feel, and players would leave the game, really, if cheating was really widespread, rampant. There's always been cheating in WoW and things of that nature. But I want to give a warning out to people who try to write code or think that they're going to use a program that Blizzard doesn't know. They know. Now, I've heard some comments from some people that some players who were temporarily banned were not actual botters for some reason. I am really not optimistic about that, and here's the reason why. When Blizzard wants to suspend 100,000 accounts which is equivalent to about, let's say, WoW was $15 a month, $1,500,000 per month. They're going to go ahead and jettison in their revenue $1,500,000 if it's 100,000 um, accounts. They're not going to do that. That's a big thing, and they've already lost almost 4 million, 3.9 million subscribers. They're not going to do that. And the reason why they're not going, so they're not getting rid of players who play honestly. They're getting rid of players who are dishonest because it further it breaks open the integrity of the game for all intents and purposes. What the hell is going on here? I'm actually, see, I'm being rooted here. I'm actually going to completely and utterly ignore these peeps. I'm going right for the flag. Oh, did he grab the flag? Yeah, he did. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come back. And I'm going to start. Got to start killing. Got to kill Sabian here. Well, there's 5 rogues on this team. Which is like, oh, motherfucker. But we have an extra healer. So I'm not seeing what the problem is. Our 3 healers should easily outdo their 2 healers. All 3 of our healers are actually up. So there's no reason for this dying. It doesn't look like most of our team is dead, though, which is good. We need to bring Mr. Fabian down. It doesn't look like we're doing a lot of targeting here. I got my battleground targets up. We have 2 bases. They're going to grab center mine. Watch this. See if I can capture it. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm actually capturing this. And when he comes up again, now I'm down. That was good though, guys. That delay might have saved us. No, I doubt it. They actually saved us because they were already trying to recap. There's only 7 seconds. Yeah, they got it again. So I couldn't believe I just kind of walked up and took the flag in the center. That's the thing about randoms is that people are so bad they don't even defend flag. Oh my god, watching that was just ridiculous. Um, there's 5. Trying to look here. I want to know what's happening. Little Bell is going down, but why? I want to know is Sabian in here? Nope. Sabian looks to be in here actually. Nope. The Lock is in here. The Druid, I mean. I think we're doing something stupid here, guys, in this Maybe I'm wrong because we're winning by a nice amount, but so Desruok only has 2 heals on him. There's nothing that I can do. I'm actually going to try to disappear. Not much I can do. Yeah. At 10,000 health, I mean, you're down. You can get one shot off, maybe nothing more. So, so they banned all these people, and what was going back to the 100,000 ban is that why didn't they permanently ban them? And I have a theory about this, and I could be really way off, but I don't think I am. And here's the theory. The theory is that in the fourth quarter, which is when these bans will come up, which is fourth quarter, which means October, November, December of this year, they're going to introduce something big, and they want those players to be able to come back and spend money on their accounts. Why? Why? Why do they want them to come back? We have locks. I don't know where the hell these stupid healers are at, but I don't think these healers are here. There we go. Okay, we're gonna do Grove here. I'm capturing. I doubt I'll get it. Oh, I did get it. I bet you I'm only like one away from the actual defender. Because I've assaulted so many bases. So we're going to see here what's going on. Gotta turn around now. So while I can, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to see if I can go grab the flag and bring it back. So if they started now, they wouldn't have it, of course. Okay, I'm putting auto run on. Come on, there we go. I'm going to go right down the middle, actually. I actually have a 22-second wait time on the thing here, so we're going to see. I got a defender with me, which is nice. I don't think I'll be able to make it, actually. Capturing. There's just not enough time. I got like 70 to 80 more to go. Oh, there we go. So that would take a few away. This will give me the amount of time I'm looking for. Let's see if I get it. I really doubt. Yeah, see, that's game. Wait, I don't understand why that was game. It was 1,400 out of 15. We didn't cap the full 15. That's a little odd, don't you guys think? That's odd. Okay, for those who are coming in for our live broadcast, Aragoth or whatever his name is, I can't remember. I'll show you guys here one more time on the PTR notes. Arago is our player of the week, and that's because he responded to me on the PTR patch notes. I would like to welcome everybody who's actually coming in here to watch us play WesternJeff.com. We're doing Deepwind Gorge here. We've talked about the 7-second to 6-second PvP change of the node capping and the difference there. For those who want to continue on that thread for the PTR notes, it's the 6-second node cap by Western Jeff. If you want to continue that thread and continue that discussion of how it's going to change the rated battlegrounds and the battlegrounds in general for stealth capping and for how it changes the strategies and the group compositions, I'd really encourage you guys to continue that. Additionally, we've also talked about the botting problem that happened last week when Blizzard came down and did the temporary ban. I want to talk about something else now. This is particularly for Hunter PvP, since this is Western Jeff. I'm all about Hunter PvP. What's changed on our patch notes is our Trank Shot. And I want to give you what Trank Shot is now, and then what it's going to be. Trank Shot is a shot that removes a magic and enrage from an enemy. It does two things. It can remove an enrage and a magic effect from an enemy. And it costs 50 focus. There's no cooldown associated with that. Now, what I believe they want to put in they want to remove the focus and put in a 10-second cooldown. However, you can glyph out of that 10 seconds. This has put me at a little conundrum. What do I do? And the reason why I say what do I do is because one of my first opening shots, usually on an enemy player in PvP, is to try to remove a buff. And because I can remove a magic spell and an enrage buff off of him, that can decrease his stats significantly. And I can continue to do so as long as I have the 50 focus. But now because of this 10-second one, it slows it down. I'm going to I don't even know. It's been such a long time. I'm going to look at my glyphs. Yeah, I'm not glyphed for that. And you can get out of the glyph. There's going to be a glyph for Trank Shot. And of course it is a major thing here. So it's going to switch. The rule is going to switch from now there's no 10-second cooldown, but it costs 50 focus. Now it's going to automatically have a 10-second cooldown, but no focus. But you can change the requirements if you put in the glyph. I don't know why they did this. I'll be honest. Players who really want to get out of who really want to change it already, they can. If they want to change the requirements for the actual Trank Shot, they can. But I don't understand why Blizzard is doing that. And I have a theory that right now players, I know hunters, don't use Trank Shot that often. And it's a sad thing, and the reason why it's sad is because it's so underutilized, because I think many times hunters don't even know it's in their skill set. And not only in their skill set, but how useful it can be. And I think they want to automatically bring it into a player's rotation, but not be a deterrent against focus. I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest. Because usually I like to fire 2 off, then do my immediate pop my cooldowns, do my power shot, and then I'll do my Chimera shot, and then I can start following up with aimed or steady or whatever, or a counter shot. I don't know. And what I think Blizzard wants to do is they want hunters to have the Trank Shot in their normal rotation on a 10-second cooldown. This is also strange to where hunters, if they're going to use the trank shot, they need to fit it in their rotation somehow, and they need to know when about approximately 10 seconds is up, or a little bit more, maybe 11 seconds, in order not to have that slowdown on DPS or that mess up on that rotation. And that will actually change my rotation, because I use trank shot all the time on a player. I use it because it's a great debuff on a PvP player. Because PvP players, when they start in the battleground, they're so buffed up, they have, 10, 15, feels like they have 10 or 15 buffs on them. I mean, honestly, players can have up to, 10, maybe 11 buffs easy. And you become so overpowered in how you play that if you remove those buffs, there's a huge difference. There's a huge difference from somebody whose stats are 100% buffed, all the way to one who's at a marginal rate of, where it's 100% less. So there's just this huge difference. It's my belief that Blizzard wants hunters to put it into a regular rotation, and hunters did not want to do that because it cost 50 focus. And I think that's a shame. And I think it's a shame that Blizzard is now changing the cooldowns on it at the moment. In fact, let's go, while we're waiting here for the second, I want to actually make sure I am correct on this. I want to go back to home. I'm now on WoWArmory.com as we're waiting for this PvP pop. Here, guys, we're going to go down. I want to make sure I'm actually telling you guys the truth. So we're going to scroll down the May 13th 6.2 patch notes. I want to scroll down to Hunter. Okay. Yes. At the general and in the glyphs, Tranquilizing Shot has switched functionality with Glyph of Tranquilizing Shot. Trank Shot no longer costs focus but has a 10-second cooldown. So they switched it. That's a big deal. I think they want hunters to have it in the rotation, but it's not in the rotation. For those marksman hunters like me, aim shot now deals 15% more damage. That's quite nice. Survival is getting it looks to be a little less damage, but they increased the effectiveness of the Viper, and the Serpent Sting now has its initial first tick, does cause damage, which is nice. Talents, Probes are down, and Barrage is down. And there's no other changes. Oh, Aspect of the Fox has been removed, but I don't ever use Aspect of the Fox. I know other hunters do, but I just don't. So they're changing that trank shot. And the reason is they want hunters to use it in their rotation. And hunters now don't. And it feels like those who already do use trank shot are rewarded for it, while those who don't, there's no penalty. But now there's going to be a penalty if you don't have it in your rotation, because it's an instant, costs no focus, it just has a 10-second cooldown. There's a penalty if you don't use it. This will be a change. Now you can glyph out of it, but if you're like me, you can't lose those other major glyphs. They're essential. So that is a shame. All right. I do want to talk real quickly here about the guild that I'm in for RBGs. I talked just a little bit before. We are recruiting for our Wednesday night RBG groups. We need healers. We need all kinds of great players, DPS players, and we need a tank and all kinds of great stuff. So if you're interested, go to sparedne.com and apply on the RBG applications. I really I'm looking for great players, and I do know that there's players out there that are still looking for RBG groups. This RBG group will not only finish 6.1, but they'll start 6.2. And switching on to that, 6.2, switching topics here, I'm wondering when Blizzard will now make the announcement that 6.2 will happen. Whenever they make the announcement, it's always the week later that the patch will go live. For example, it'll come in a blue post and they'll say 6.2 will happen next Tuesday. during the downtime. Um, we didn't see that today, not to my knowledge. I don't know. I don't think 6.2 is going on. I'm going back now, guys, to WoW Armory. This talks about all their big stuff here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it yet here. So, I'm just not seeing it yet, guys. For the game. So it probably won't be next week unless they made the announcement. If I'm missing the Blue Post announcement, well then yeah. But it won't be next week. It'll probably be the week after. They're in the beta testing. So when they're in the beta testing, it's usually coming within days. Now we're in the days function now that they've opened up the beta testing. I do also want to talk about some world PvP here while we got the chance to, and we're kind of sitting around for Deepwind Gorge. We have several titles, and we have several titles kind of coming up. But the big one is the Warlords title. I don't even think it's on here. Maybe it is. No, it's not for me at least. But for those who want to get together to start working on some of these big titles, I know TBT Alliance on the Alliance Kel'Thuzad is now doing honor farming for the 250,000 honorable kills. So on and so forth. I do want to start getting organized groups to go and finish these because I want to finish these myself here. I want to get that Battle Master, the Khan, some of these other ones that are kind of just lacking here, and I haven't really been able to do it. I've been doing I grinded through Temple and now I'm on Gorge, but my time is very much limited. It's limited because I'm doing almost being a PvP guild leader at the moment with organizing my group, so that's always a problem. We're coming up onto our 42-minute mark here of playing WoW tonight, guys. I hope you guys are not getting tired of me whatsoever. I don't get ever tired of you. I enjoy playing here. So we're going to see if we can get into a queue. We went from quick queues that were only like a minute or 2 minutes. Now we're in this 12-minute queue, which gives me some time to wrap up some items and talk about some different items. But then all of a sudden we're sitting, not talking, back and forth here. I did talk in the last few weeks here that I want to give a name to our live broadcast, and I was going to acknowledge the winner of it. What I think I'm going to do, in fact, I'm pretty certain now, is that I'm going to create a poll on westernjeff.com. There's going to be a poll, P-O-L-L, which means you get to vote. And on that poll, you get to choose from a certain set of options. And that's the way that I'm thinking that I'm going to do this. Sorry about that. I'm drinking my Diet Pepsi. You gotta really drink that down. I'm going to give you guys a set of options so you guys can choose from a set of options on what you guys want to do. Heads up, if we go for the 14-minute mark, I'm going to drop out of Deepwind Gorge and I'm going to re-queue right back in. But that's what I think I'm going to do. And I don't know when I want to announce when the poll is going to go live because what I have to do is I have to do some coding with the website on westernjeff.com. And there's some technical difficulties with getting all that done. And of course, I don't want you guys to cheat. We know about, there's a will, there's a way, and people love to cheat when possible. So, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Getting all that nice Diet Coke washed right down. Talking for 45 minutes now, it makes your mouth a little bit dry. Let's see here now. Do we go into the 14-minute mark? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We're going to go ahead, leave queue. And we're going to go ahead and re-queue. Yeah, the average wait time is not 6 minutes for that. I could have probably gone on for 20 plus minutes and still not. I don't know. I think there's something wrong with the battlegrounds. People a few days ago, at least in the Kel'Thuzad realm, were complaining that people were not able to zone in onto the battlegrounds. I wonder if there's some bugging problems, meaning there's some code issues, some technical difficulties with Blizzard servers and each of our independent little computers and how we operate with the server. And we get into queues and we're able to zone into the battlegrounds. Um, I think they solved the zone in issue, but I think that issue is also somewhat related to our battlegrounds and the wait times. Because weeks ago now, when I was doing my broadcast, we were waiting 20, 25, I think even almost to 30 minutes for a queue, a single queue, and it wasn't ending. Um, but that's just something that's going around in the back of my head that there's something wrong with that. So, let's look at what other hunters are doing. Arcane Auto Enclave, Barrage Murder and Auto. Gonna over the board here. Auto shot for both the other two hunters that were in the previous one, their top three of their damage. Here, let me pull this DPS down here. I'm actually now really looking at what the other hunters' top three damage abilities. Auto shot was 2, but when you go to Western Jeff, oh, auto shot was 2 for me too. That tells me. I'm thinking about it now. On the oh shit, this doesn't work now. For some reason, I got an add-on turned on or off or something. But to actually see my stats, I think it's mastery. To increase mastery, gives you an extra auto shot at 80%. If our auto shot does is some of the most powerful is the most powerfully kind of used when it comes to damage, mastery is legitimate in stacking. I haven't stacked. There's been no real gem stacking in here, but where I've been able to put in things. Let me see where I have been able to put in things. I've been putting in versatility, um, and that's just basically your PvP power and PvP the resilience um, that I've stacked. But that's a little shocking. You know what I'm going to do is next game that we get in here, I'm going to actually look at the end and see what the top damaging abilities are. Because the only thing that's really the same here, yeah, is our auto shots. Our auto shots are better. So, hmm. Yeah, so the murder shot looks to be actually a BM hunter because he's doing 53% of the damage. And I don't know what swag is. Now, swag's pet did only 10% of the damage, which is a little odd. He was damaging the right person, Sabian, which was the healer. But I'm just looking at what these guys are doing. Oh yeah, you want to see what monks do. Top 3 damage. That's all that they do. Melee, Chai, Rising Kick. So I want to actually open, seeing what's going on here. So this looks to be what's happening for me. Yeah, aimed, and these 3 should be at the bottom because I only used aimed when I'm sitting and I have to actually expel. I don't use arcane shot. I use steady skill shot, power shot, auto shoot, Chimera shot is my signature. That's good. I want to look at Swag because I don't know what he's doing. Okay, he's a survival. He's got the Cobra shot in there. I'd say he's a Cobra. I'd say he's survival, but I don't even know. I'm looking at it. Now I'm going to go to murder shot. Yeah, kill command is on there. Oh, he's doing the concussive shot a little bit. Good for him. Yeah, he dumps his thing too often. All right. Oh, we're still waiting here. We got 9 more minutes left, so we're only going to run one more Deepwind Gorge here tonight, guys, because we only got 9 more minutes left in our in our thing here, and I've almost ran out of things to talk about. I thought I was going to talk about quite a bit more, but we've covered a lot of bases and stuff here. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about the projects that I'm doing. As you guys know, I'm trying to finish up on the third video for Node Defense, and that's the advanced one video. What I have to do now, guys, is I have to actually go back and redo the first 2 videos a little bit. And the reason for that is that to make the third video fit correctly, I need to be a little bit better orchestrated with my series. And then after I do that series, I'm going to do the stealth series. I also have the Temple premium video that's coming out for you guys. You guys will be able to watch that for 99 cents. That's going to be a great video. That'll be a long but a very great, insightful video on how to do RBGs in Temple. And I will talk everything about tactics, different strategies, counters. I'm going to talk about game theory, if you guys know what that is. I'm going to talk about game theory and how to apply it to orbs. I'm going to talk about assignments and things of that nature. So that will be a great video for you guys. I have so many things in the works. What has slowed me down is I have a life outside of WoW, and then additionally I'm doing the RBG groups for Spared No Expense, and because I'm the RBG leader, it takes a lot of my time, which is unfortunate, but very true. It just takes an immense amount of time. So we'll see what goes on here. And we're waiting in this queue again. If this goes to the 11th minute mark, what I'm going to do is do a random instead for you guys, and that'll be the end of our night tonight. Because I don't like you guys just sitting and waiting for a queue pop. That isn't fair to you. We have an hour, and I like for us to use our hour wisely, if possible. So we're waiting 1 more minute. How are you guys doing on your garrisons? I have shown no love whatsoever to my garrisons, to my garrison. It's sad in that way, but it's I don't have any love for it. I just don't have the time to all of a sudden to be playing an RTS game in a in a role playing game. I haven't taken the time to learn about the garrison as much, which I think is sad on my part because I think there's a lot of players that really enjoy garrisons,
and it's really a great interactive thing for them. And I think the Garrisons have added a huge amount of depth. I said depth, but depth to the game, and has allowed the personalization and the utilization for players that they've never had before. What's sad now is that you don't see a lot of players together in the big cities like Stormwind or Dalaran. We're all just hunkered down in our garrisons alone, you know. But what can you do about that? We would just hunker down in the city and then complain about seeing everybody. But allowing players to come to other players' garrisons and so forth, and doing these things and allowing this customization um, for the players, I think has been a very positive thing. It started out back with MOP. Now we went on to the 11th minute mark. What I'm going to do, guys, here instead, I'm going to leave the queue. We're going to go for a random because I want to end. No, I don't want to. Let's see if we can get a quick queue pop here. We got 4 minutes remaining here, but we're going to go ahead and play for a little bit. 10-minute queue. Whoa. Well, we'll keep talking here for a little bit, but a 10-minute queue for a random? Oh, isn't that ever painful? I thought the 11th and 12-minute stuff was bad, but 12 minutes. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Well, that is a big thing. Now, because we're in this 10-minute queue, we're not going to see the queue pop here. I'm going to actually have to close us up 3 minutes early. We've been doing this for 57 minutes. I don't think we're going to get queue pop, guys, to be really honest with you. I do want to close on a few items here I want you guys to be aware of. First of all, Argoria is our player of the day. He was on the 6.2 notes that responded to the 6-second note cap. If you guys want to go continue that thread, and I want to see what other players think, and allow Blizzard to see what other players are thinking when it comes to the Q pop. I'm sorry, not Q pop, but with the from the decrease from 7 seconds to 6 seconds to take a node or to capture the EOE flag. That's a big thing. So that's on the actual Blizzard PTR notes on the forums. The other thing here is go ahead, add me on Twitter. You know what the phrase is? If you add me, I add you. That's the deal that I make with you. Add me on YouTube after this. After we're done here, I'm going to be uploading here. I know some people have asked what happened to the May 9th actual live broadcast. I actually have May 9th. I just haven't uploaded it to YouTube for you guys. I'm going to be trying to do some uploads tonight for you guys and clear out some of these miscellaneous items. Find me on Twitch. Add me on Twitch and Twitter and YouTube. Keep the updates out. You guys can always contact me anytime in the world on my Western Jeff homepage. All you got to do is go to westernjeff.com and send me a private message, put your email, and send me a comment, and I get that real time in an email box, and I see that immediately anywhere in the world, which is a great thing for you guys to use, especially if you have comments or questions and things of that nature. I can respond to you guys in private rather than over on a forum or over a public discussion such as a Twitch or a Twitter or something like that. So don't be afraid to use that. I always keep the sensitive information such as emails and stuff always private. They're never public under any circumstances. So that is the deal. I want to thank you guys. This is Western Jeff. I am signing out.